So we have the final week, actually the final 6 days of college basketball season on the women's side for regular season. 7 days for the men, as the men have some games on Sunday the night. But anyways, let's talk about the games here in the conferences. I already mentioned a lot of the conferences, or all the conferences that have conference tournaments already done. Like from Saturday's conferences, we'll have them. And then ones that are on Sunday, which are the big conferences. Like the ACC, the SEC, the Big 12, Big 10, and then the Big East, which is, well, I mean, there's still a big conference in, like, basketball, typically. And in, volleyball, they are a little bit, starting to be a little bit slowly, but anyways, we have here the Big Sky. They're ending their regular season on Monday. Normally the Big Sky does not play on Mondays. The 10-team Big Sky doesn't. And they're playing 18-game regular season. The Big Sky is. So the Big Sky is going to be ending their regular season tomorrow. Actually, today, when you're seeing this on the 3rd. It's a little bit after, midnight my time. It's about 1:17 East Coast time. But the Big Sky is, I believe it is Friday or Saturday. This is the first round string for the Big Sky. Maybe it's Sunday. Could be. Is it Sunday? No, second round. Okay. Yeah. So Saturday. Normally they play conference games on Thursdays and Saturdays, but they're not doing that because the Big Sky tournament is being hosted in Boise, Idaho. So at home, and that is at the home of Idaho. Not quite, but is. Or is it the home of Idaho State? Let's see. It might be, or it might be a neutral site. No, it is a neutral site, but still. Within their own state for Idaho State, so it's Boise, but you don't want teams like, say, playing on Thursday, and then they have do a quick turnaround. Like Friday, be immediately traveling to the game, and then having an early time on Saturday. No, So I want to make sure teams, in case there's travel delays, like weather delays of any kind, like that, they're able to travel to the game safely, and get there on time. So they're starting. The MEAC is wrapping up their second to last regular season game on Monday, as they usually do Mondays and Saturdays. And then the Southland already announced their conference tournament bracket, despite some teams having to play some games right now. Which I don't know why they did that. They announced the regular season bracket, but they did. Which is strange, but okay, they did. But maybe it's going to be modified after these teams play. Because there's some teams that are actually half game ahead, in the type of season series, like Lamar and CMOS, they actually split the season series. And if there's teams that actually, that actually matters, or is it set to where no matter what happens, unlike the other tiebreakers on the tiebreaker series, none of the teams, you know what I mean? Could be also, but East 16 could leapfrog New Orleans. If New Orleans were to lose, East 16 was to win. So that's just even based on record only. So I don't know, but the Southland is ending the regular season. Some teams playing one game is on the 4th, and there is some Southland games on the 5th. Couple of them on the 5th. Then before the conference tournament starts. And that starts on March 10th. And the top 8 teams make it, so. I guess top 8, yeah. So East, New Orleans, East XCM. They don't matter for seeding, I guess. And then the only one, and then A&M Corpus Christi, they're 8 seed or what. Maybe Lamar wins the 2 seed no matter what. Maybe Northwestern State is like the 5 seed no matter what. Maybe, and then Rio Grande Valley is a 6 seed, playing Nichols at 7. So maybe they're locked in at their seats anyways. So maybe, but there are a few games on the 1 on the 4th, 2 on the 5th, and then the American Conference. They do Tuesday night games, but typically the American is Wednesday nights. But they do some Tuesday night games as well, and most of them are being played on Tuesday. The Mountain West might have a Tuesday night showcase game, but mainly the Mountain West is on Wednesday nights, and Wednesdays and Saturdays in conference. And they're playing, all the teams are playing on Tuesday except for one in the Mountain West, and there's a couple of teams that are playing on Tuesday in the American. There is a big, but it's on, as part of FS1 Women's Basketball Showcase. For the Mountain West is UNLV at Mountain. It's in 3 Eastern FS1. Usually, Mountain West there's a few Mountain West Women's Basketball games there was on CBS Sports, and there's some earlier on FS or FS1 earlier. But it might be part of their deal. They have to show a few. So this is what I'm show. And then we have the very last day of the Patriot League regular season. The Patriot League is ending the regular season, and then on the 5th of March, and then the rest of and then the MAC is playing their second to last regular season games on the 5th. And the regular season, the conference tournament for the Peach League starts on the 8th, with the 2 play-in games in the first round on campus sites. They play on campus sites, and the quarterfinals are on the 10th. So they play the higher seed hosts, and it's campus sites all the way through. So, and then you have the 10th, the 13th, and the 16th. when the championship moves to CBS Sports Network because CBS Sports Network has the Patriot League. ESPN also does have rights to Patriot League games. As well. But you typically don't see a lot of Patriot League on televised networks, so. But and then we have on the 6th. We have on the 6th here the final regular season games of the MEAC. The ESPN uses them a featured showcase game in the MEAC. They had one earlier, I believe. I believe it was Norfolk and Howard earlier, wasn't it? No, some sort of. I thought there was a showcase game earlier in the MEAC. But maybe I'm wrong, though. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I could be wrong, though. Because usually Saturday... I could be wrong, though. But oh, that was the NEC. I think that was the NEC, though. I'm thinking of. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking of. They had a showcase scheme in. And usually ESPN, usually the women's, typically it's Thursday nights for the Power Conference Women. They're showing a couple of featured women's basketball games on Thursday. Wrap up their season as part of their featured, deal with, the MEAC that they have, so. And the MEAC is if it's some of the local sports networks that they air it, games like ESPN Plus have the rights to. It's Delaware State, all Maryland Eastern Shore home games, and then SC State home games. They don't have the rights to, but for streaming ESPN Plus rates. If ESPN wanted to pick that game up, I'm sure they could, but it's obviously not good to show top two teams in the MEAC, and that might be, you might see a matchup again for the MEAC conference tournament final. That one that goes to ESPN News, and the MEAC they'll start their conference tournament on the 12th. And they have two quarterfinals of the MEAC women's in the morning, and then in the afternoon session, in the early afternoon session. Depends on where it's Norfolk, Virginia, so they will have the MEAC tournament there. And the two women's quarterfinals in the morning, and not morning, early afternoon session, early and mid afternoon session. And then they do it to where I have a MEAC semi. And we'll have two MEAC semis in the morning, in the afternoon session, And then the evening session is men's. And so they'll start that on the 12th of March. And then we will have, and then the Coastal Athletic Association has their, and SWAC, they normally don't play on Thursdays, or SWAC does play on Thursdays. Now what they're doing is, it used to be Saturdays and Mondays for the SWAC. But the SWAC men, they're doing where the SWAC men play on Mondays. And the SWAC women play Thursday nights. Exclusively. And then the Coastal Athletic Association. And then they're doing where the SWAC women play exclusively on Thursday nights. And SWAC men play exclusively on Monday nights to showcase each side of the conference. Men's and women's, and then Saturdays is the men's and women's doubleheader. Same two schools play. So the women's side, you might, like Jackson against the Pine Bluff, would say play on Thursday. And then Monday would be the Jackson against the Pine Bluff men's matchup. And then, say, Jackson State on Saturday plays Texas Southern. That would be a men's, women's, that would be the women's game. Jackson State, Texas Southern. And Jackson State, Texas Southern on the men's side would play afterwards. And then the CA, Coastal Athletic Association, doesn't normally play on, for the women, doesn't normally play on Thursdays. They play Friday, Sunday. And a lot of them, I know, or like they do it, a lot of them are like televised, actually regional televised, like cable sports tournaments, like SNY for some games, like Mason, the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. But Mason usually only has like baseball for like the Orioles and like the Nationals, Washington Nationals. And the SNY usually only airs like Mets, baseball, and they have like all of college sports, like UConn and like other local sports teams for men's and women's basketball, like college football, FCS college football. A bunch of college sports. So. And the NEC is in the final regular season games on the 6th. Their conference tournament starts on the 10th. And the top 8 seeds make it to conference tournament. So they want to show up for the NEC conference tournament. And then Metro-Atlantic Athletic Conference. There's some teams that end early. They have they're having an off day on the 8th. There's like a couple, and that's Merrimack and Iona. However, the rest of the teams, they have to play on the 8th. And CNF Fairfield is a featured matchup for the Metro-Atlantic Athletic Conference women. And like Drexel Delaware, that's a good one. Like Delaware Sports Center, the closest the retail sports center that they get actually. It's Philadelphia, so. But yeah, and then the Missouri Valley Conference is playing their last regular season games on Thursday. They normally play on Thursdays and Saturdays. You can see if it's same with the Conference USA. They're doing Thursdays. And they normally do that, but so Florida Tulane, the American usually doesn't play on Thursdays, usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Florida Tulane is playing on Thursdays, so it's the WAC. They're having their second best regular season games, and same with the Big West. And then Friday there's only conference tournaments. Saturday there's some conference is ending. We have the Coastal Athletic Association. They're ending their regular season. The MAC is ending its regular season, along with the Metro-Atlantic Athletic Conference, the Mid-American Conference, the MAC, CUSA, which is Conference USA, and then the Missouri Valley Conference, known for short as MVC, the Missouri Valley Conference, and then the Ivy League. They're ending their last regular season games. Typically, they only play Fridays and Saturdays, unless it is in conference play, or non-conference. Unless it's like non-conference, and sometimes like non-conference, you want to try to schedule as many games as you can in non-conference, and you want to schedule like Tuesdays, like you might schedule them whenever you can. Like whenever these teams can agree to a game, like, hey, these two teams can agree to a game. We're going to play it as soon as we can, or not as soon as we can, but like time works best for both teams, depending on like the schedules for both teams. And then some of them, play on Mondays, and they might just play whenever, but usually everybody plays Fridays and Saturdays. And then sometimes, they play on Sundays for like TV. For like men's or women's, they get a game on TV. And, and they do that, But typically it's usually, very okay. Occasionally in conference, these teams will play like a game, like, it's not very often, like, you had like a Monday game instead of a Friday, Saturday. You had a Saturday, Monday, and that was for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So then you really only had one, but you did have a short turnaround. And then you had a Friday, Saturday doubleheader. And then you had one in, and then you had the second one in the middle. You had two of them, and you had one just Friday, Saturday. So, but yeah, the Ivy League is ending the regular season. Conference USA is ending the regular season. The Missouri Valley Conferences, and then even SWAC is ending the regular season of the Southwestern Athletic Conference, which is known as the SWAC. The WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, ending the regular season on the 8th. And then I said Metro. Yep, I said that. And then the Big West. The Big West is ending their regular season as well. So there's not a ton of conferences ending it on the 8th. Like, you just have the Big West. You have the SWAC. You have Conference USA, Metro Athletic Conference, the WAC, and then you have the Missouri Valley Conference. Then you have the Ivy League, and then you have the MAC and the Coastal Athletic Association. So you have 9 conferences ending on the final day of the regular season on the 8th. And then even if you count the ones that are ending like midweek, like the MEAC, that's 10. You know? And then you have that Northeast Conference, that's 11. And then you have the on the 12th you have the Patriot League. And then you have the Southland. Or there's a few Southland games. That's like 13. Then you have the American. It's mostly American on the 4th. And then you have the Mountain West and Mountain West for one on the 5th. The 5th. It's 15, so half the conferences are in this Big Sky is on Monday. Monday the 6th. Monday the 3rd. So it's 16. So half of them already did. And then 7 of them end midweek. And then the other 9 play, and the last day of their season. So